my semifinals match from the division, I really knew that there would have been 2 or 3 guys that were going to be the tougher people in the bracket that I would probably face later on. And this was the guy that I was really looking forward to facing. I think that he was the most dangerous guy in the division, and he had actually won my same bracket at Europeans, but just a belt above. I had won purple belt lightweight, he won brown belt lightweight. So going into this, I knew it would be a good test for me to see the improvements that I've made from purple belt until this point, because I actually faced one of his teammates at Europeans in the finals, and I think it was a closer match than I wanted it to be. And I believe that this guy that I fought at Pan Ams was even higher level than that guy. So I think that if I was able to dominate this match and compare that performance to my last one against his teammate, that was a lower belt at the time, then that means I had made the right improvements that I needed to be at the highest level I could be for this brown belt division. Going into this, I knew that this would be probably one of the more competitive fights. So I wanted to make sure that I was able to get to my guard first and start scoring before my partner could pull guard. So I used a takedown, the threat of the takedown, to stop him from pulling guard, and then I used that to set up my own pull. The goal for this match was really just to get underneath the same way I'd been doing in my previous matches and start getting on top and putting as much pressure as I could on him from top position. So you'll see that I get to X guard again. I use another one of those variations from the X guard to put him down on his butt. And once I get on top, you'll see that the intensity starts to increase. That was the main goal, was just to start to increase the intensity and the pressure as soon as I was able to get on top and not leave him comfortable any moment of the match. So right now I felt that he was being heavy on top. He had a strong base, but I knew that as soon as I got this underhook on his leg, if I used that muscle sweep motion to the side of his knee, I was able to put him down and off balance him. So you'll see here that allowed me to get even deeper in on this sweep, and he starts to sit on his butt. This is a scenario that'll happen a lot whenever you're playing X guard. You'll get guys that they don't accept the sweep, but they accept going on their butt, and it makes it very easy for me to start exploding and coming up on top. So that's what you'll see happening. I try a long step as soon as I come on top, and there's a point where I'm not all the way on top yet, but he puts me down on my butt, and I use this counter for as soon as he comes on top to put him back down. So you'll see now that I've already scored the points, I want to try to get free from his legs and move to a further distance so that I can start applying that pressure from the outside passing and start making him use frames rather than focus on the attack. So you'll see here, he had me locked in like a closed guard, and he uses this to kind of come on top. But before he's able to score any points, I'm already thinking about taking my right leg and circling it to the outside of his hip. So as soon as he comes on top, you'll see I switch the X guard to the other side and then start using that pressure to put his hip down. He knocks me to the left. He starts coming up with the grip on the pants, and then I immediately switch to the other side of his hip and knock him back down. And whenever I come up in a much better posture. You see that my legs are now hidden behind me. And I knew that he was going to be playing this type of guard. This is the style that most of the guys in my division will play, double sleeve and trying to get to lasso. But I think this style is really hard for people to play against the people from AOJ, just because our style is very good at getting to that further distance and circling the hand out as fast as possible. So you'll see that as soon as I hit one explosive attack and start posturing up, he has to let go of those grips and look. And I immediately look for a duck under on his free leg. And I dig my head underneath, coming straight to this duck under position. Same technique that I was using before. Now I've already gotten my knee on top of his hip. I use a back roll to force him to let go of all his control. And then I go back to that same distance where he has no control. Use a shin slide. Now I'm on the outside with my hand weaved all the way through in a cross grip. And now he's on the defense. Now he's forced to defend. And this is the type of distance that I like to attack from. Whenever my partner doesn't have any control on me, they're forced to frame on me the entire time. And this is where you start wearing down on your opponents. So here, hit another duck under. And this is where I land in the strongest position. You'll see I circle to the other side, threaten the long step. He throws his leg over, and then I immediately jump to the other side. And you'll see that I was able to get a cross grip with my left hand, and that's what solidified the pass. Driving my elbow down to the ground, making it hard for him to turn away and give the back. He starts to turn to a single leg, and then I use this to turn into a crucifix. Where I really felt that I took control of the fight. I felt that his energy level was a lot lower at this point once I've already gotten to the crucifix. And once I got to here, I knew it was only a matter of time for me to come back on top and really solidify the north-south or the side control. So here, whenever I got to this crucifix, I didn't want to lose the position. So my goal was to trap his head. This wasn't going to be the finish. I just wanted to make sure that he wasn't going to keep turning away. So I locked the reverse triangle, was able to come up on top, and you'll see that he's all the way sideways right now. So once I felt that he kind of rested and accepted that his guard was passed, I started doing a top spin to the other side and used that to connect to the back. Here, top spin all the way through, and you'll see that my bottom knee already comes in. And I like to use this foot. Every time I'm going for a back taken, I'm able to get my bottom knee in. Look how as soon as he comes up to his knees, bottom knee comes in, and then I throw my left leg over. So it's here. Boom. Now I use the left foot to help pivot his knee away and help drive him into me. So here we stopped, move back to the middle. As soon as the ref says go, you'll see that I jump to the side and start getting him onto the side. From here, it was just a matter of time before I was able to stretch him out and start placing the hooks in. So it's the same thing that the same mentality I try to use whenever I only have one hook in. If I'm attacking the choke, I know my partner's going to have to defend, and they can't be defending the hooks and the choke at the same time. So I was able to score the points here. Opponent does a good job of escaping and getting his back flat to the ground. But again, I found myself in that same arm triangle position that I did in the earlier matches where I connected with the Ezekiel choke. I kept my head underneath of his arm, and then I used it to try and pass again. Before I start trying to commit to this pass, I've already passed his lapel underneath of his neck. I know a lot of people were wondering what kind of submission I finished with in this fight, just because of the angle, but his lapel is completely fed around his back. So you'll see that whenever I'm in top half guard here, right here is whenever I'm feeding the lapel. So I have my head under the arm, I pass this lapel under his arm and feed it to my left hand, the one that's using the cross face. Then I start using a knee slide. I keep the grip all the way until I'm on the back, and then now it's just my fist going into the side of my partner's neck, and that's what's cutting the blood off of the choke. And as soon as I landed on his back, I felt him feeling the choke. He was making noises from the choke, and I knew that I just had to stay tight. And that's what my professors and my coaches were telling me, to squeeze and stay tight, and that I had to finish. And that got me the win for this fight.